Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Lost Girl Made Woman, the High Priestess. I had first of all, I want to say Happy New Year to everyone, and I'm going to jump right into this message that some calls that I pulled earlier on my rising, because I was feeling some type of way. You know, we still in retrograde, and you have people from your past that comes back. And a lot of things that we are dealing with just by having conversations with people. A lot of people are going through things, and the spiritual warfare, right? So I have been really in tune to this actual deck that I have, the spiritual warfare deck. And these are the cards that came out for me earlier as I was questioning something that transpired last night. A lot of times people don't understand you or what you're going through, because when you're going through a spiritual awakening, you see things completely different. So you don't just see things as face value. You see things on a spiritual element. You know, how people move, the things that they say, and their actions. So anyway, I was feeling a certain type of way because someone made me feel like that I was going one place, and it turned out to be something completely different. And me, myself, I wouldn't have been around those particular individuals bringing in the new year. You know, everything does happen for a reason. However, you know, it made me question it when I woke up this AM. So when the first card that came out for me was moon phases. You know, it was basically, you know, this is something that I had been doing recently in this past year, 2022. I got really into the moon phases and utilizing the moon phases to cut cords and to also manifest things into my life that I would like to happen. The second card out was competitors. You know, those who seek to dim or steal your light in attempt to make themselves outshine you, wanting to be better than you. And I think, you know, a lot of us have those type of people in our environment that have the envy, jealousy thing, and they do things to try to sabotage you, you know, so that you won't get the recognition that you may deserve. And then the third card out is Babalawo, which is a deity. He's a high priest, you know. And then the fourth card that came out was Sword of Truth. And this card talks about, it says, the power of breakthrough, any lies and deception, cutting through to the truth, tapping into the truth regardless of what is blocking it. You know, when I got off, when I seen this first row that came out for me, it, you know, let me know how strong I have grown in my spiritual walk. You know, I'm able to utilize my spiritual gifts along with the help of my angel guides, ancestors, and the moon phases to block out, you know, to get rid of these dark entities that come and to try to steal or dim my light. The second row out here was dark forces, you know, and it talks about you know, dark forces, demonic forces that come against you to try to destroy your light of love and positivity in the world, you know. So this is something that we deal with all the time. You know, you always, like, it's light, it's dark. That's why we try to promote more light, so we can, you know, weed out the dark. So the dark can just, you know, we can overpower the dark, I should say. And the next card was intuition. And I thought that it was funny that the intuition card came out right up underneath of the competitive card, because that was some things that I was picking up. You know, when you in tune, you use your intuition, you can really, it's a natural thing that you can recognize people. You know, it say the power of obtaining direct knowledge or cognition, excuse me, without tangible proof or rational thought. Trust in your inner knowing. And I had a conversation with someone today, two people actually, about what I was misled about. And instead of me going back and forth and arguing with them, I just let them have it, because I didn't feel that way for no reason. I was misled, and it was my intuition when I, you know, rose up. And I was feeling a little crazy last night, but when I finally got in here, you know, when I rose, my intuition was telling me that, you know, hey, why, you know, you were supposed to go over there for this, you know, why were you in the company of these people? And then it dawned on me, you know, what I was feeling last night was not, I'm not crazy. My intuition was telling me that, you know, I was being misled for someone to try to throw me off of my walk, whether people know it or not, because it's spiritual warfare. And then right up on it, the next card out was alcohol. A substance that causes good souls to leave their body, leaving it more open to low frequencies, entities, possession, creates toxicity. Now, we know last night was the, you know, New Year's Eve or whatever. A lot of people drank and had fun and all of that. I thought that this card has never came out for me, and I thought that it was weird because, I mean, it wasn't weird, but I thought it was on point, because when I first entered where I was going at, the person reached in their pocket and gave me 2 bottles of Patron, little bottles, and was like, here, I got this for you. And I was like, okay, you know, but I'm so strong, because I don't drink and I don't smoke, you know, but I'm so strong that when you are really strong and tapped in, certain things can't even phase you. It don't even matter what a person's intentions be, but when you are truly covered and truly in tune, things can't even, it doesn't even, you know, it won't even phase you. But that was something that really stood out to me. And then the next one is smudging. It's a traditional ceremony used to cleanse and purify your soul or space of negative energies. You may need to use this cleansing practice. Now, I always like Palo Santos and like my incense, but when I pulled this card, after I finished, you know, pulling all the cards, I immediately started cleaning and, you know, using my, you know, smudging, using my Palo Santo, and that took me a spiritual bath, because I felt like it was something that was trying to get attached to me, and I'm gonna get into that later. And then the next row is, and I'm gonna bring these up probably because y'all probably can't see all of them, but the next row is the Dark Lord. It's the followers of both Baphomet, the Horn, so the Goat Lucy, secret society or organizations, members of a church of Satan. So these are people that practice, you know, the worship dark, right? And that's right underneath the dark forces and the moon phases. So it just made me think, like I said, I was picking up on certain energy, and I was like, dang, you know, sometimes people don't even realize that they're in that dark place. But the next card that came out right after that, that I thought was out of this world, was reversal, return to sender. Return the negative energies, curses, spells, or energy, work back to its place of origin, taking your power back. And that's what I felt like that, you know, I was able to do, not just when I realized, you know, when I rose and I started pulling cards. But right there at that moment, you know, the stuff that was trying to attach from me, it was like deflecting back, right? And like I said, I'm gonna get into that later. The next card out is news. It says scripted reports or events taking place to serve to push a specific agenda, being fed lies or half truth. To be careful not to be bamboozled. Now, I thought that this card was so ironic because I was speaking to someone at the place that I was at, and you know, they was playing cards, and I don't play the cards they was playing, and some type of way she had said, oh yeah, you don't play cards, you do the tarot. So she brought out this new tarot deck and wanted me to give her a reading, right? And she was telling me like how she's not in, you know, like she don't know, you know, she don't know how to read them and everything. And I'm a high priestess, so I pick up on everything. So I could feel that she wasn't being completely honest, because of course, you know, of course it was my choice, but I felt like, okay, let me, it's a new deck. It was a brand new deck. So I said, I don't have my deck with me. I don't use people decks, but we're going to see, you know, we're going to see. And this is family, right? This is my daughter's family that I'm talking about. So I did, look, they don't even want me to talk, my throat, we're messing up. But I did a reading for her, you know, and I read it, and she was really impressed, because I think because I haven't been doing the tarot part for, you know, for a very long time, that people, and it's a lot of tarot readers out there, that people misconstrue, they think that, you know, someone is not really who they said that they are. And when I did her reading, I can tell that she was really surprised, because it was really accurate about what she's going through. And I haven't seen her in years, and I don't, you know, I don't know any of her business. I'm not even a person who get into people's business. I be having my own stuff going on. But I can tell that she wasn't being honest about how much she really knew. She was really trying to see who I was and how much I knew, like down to the birth charts and all of that. But you know, that card came out right after that, and I was like, wow. And then the next card out was Star Power, being placed under the spotlight to draw people in to receive words of guidance, healing, and wisdom, liberating others with knowledge. Now, what I thought was strange about this card that came out after this was, whatever her intentions was, the way that the Most High worked, I was actually able to heal her in some type of way last night. You know, I was able to do something for her that she wasn't expecting. And I was a little surprised myself, because like I said, I was going over there, I thought it was just a sip and paint. I thought we was going to be painting stuff. I did not know, you know, everything else. I was told something false than what I thought that it was going to be. But you know, she wound up wanting to talk to me and like getting to know more, because one thing about when people find out that you are knowledgeable, regardless of what how people perceive you, the energy doesn't lie. So when she can feel that I was truly who I said that I am, she wanted to know more. But it's not something, this is something that is natural. It's not something that is taught. So you can read 1,000 books about this, you know, but if you are truly tapped in, if you're truly chosen, if you're truly, you know, a high priest, you know, a high priestess, or, you know, god or goddess, chosen one, star seed, whatever, you know, whatever you are, you know, if that's truly who you are, is you can't nobody, you can't be copied. You know, it's like you are who you are because it's in you. You know, it's in your DNA. So I thought that that was very, it was like an awe moment for me, even though I was little. I would have been doing something else, but I felt as though it had to happen for me to see it. You know, that was my New Year's, for me to come in, you know, authentic, showing people exactly who I am, you know, even people that may have doubted me, you know. And then I'm gonna bring these cards up, but the next row was spiritual cleansing. Like I said, I did do a spiritual bath, but what I wanted to point out is it's right up underneath the moon phases, dark forces, and the dark lord, right? These were actually the only, this past was the only, these two cards was the only dark cards that came out, right? But it says spiritual cleansing. You know, it was telling you to, you know, cleanse your energetic space and remove negative debris, free yourself from energies of others. So that's what I did today, because I felt like I was, you know, around energy that I should not have been. And then the next card was ascending, rising above competitors, enemies, demonic forces, obstacles, etc., making it hard for others to negatively assess you. And that's what, and this is underneath for the competitors card, intuition and reversal. You know, it was hard, whatever that they thought that was going to happen. You know, it was hard for them to do that because I was already cleansed before I went out. I had actually took a spiritual bath yesterday before I had went out, and then I wound up taking another one today. And I did, you know, I've always protect myself. But this how deep spirituality is. And it took for me to see that, because I thought that I was just getting my daughters out and, you know, doing something different for a change because of our circumstances. And yeah, you know, I was not, you know, I was not able to be touched. It was actually reversed back because, you know, it was something that I had within inside me that person, you know, was wanting to feed off of, you know. And then the next card that came out was peace. Peace and love being brought back into your life. The balance between the balance is being restored. You receive respite from drama and issues brought by enemies. Like I said, it was supposed to go one way and it didn't go that way. So peace was restored, you know. However, I did speak my peace on it because I wanted them to know I'm not. One thing about me is that I always shied away from, I don't like drama, shied away from things. And then I will blow up later. That was always my a weakness of mine. But now it's my strength, because instead of me allowing that and not saying anything, I wanted to let them know, hey, listen, you told me that I was coming here for one thing, but it was not that. And I want you to know that I don't appreciate you taking me out of my space to, you know, to do whatever your intentions was. Of course, they denied and made it seem like I was crazy, but people were always call me crazy. I'm not crazy. I know exactly what their intentions was, and it didn't work. And then the very last card that was underneath the star power is white magic. It say the use of magic or energy for the purpose of good, healing, love, curse removal, protection, prosperity, luck, etc. You know, I am a light worker. So, you know, I do, like I said, I have learned to do things underneath the moon phases. However, I don't do anything ill. It's only for me, my children, to protect me and me and mine. I don't do anything to harm anyone. I don't do anything to go against people's free will. And that's what I was explaining earlier, you know, to the people that I had encountered with last night, is that you don't lie or try to trick someone out of their free will. You know, you don't try to put them in a place with people that you know that they don't want to be with or want to be around. You know, you don't have the right to do that. You know, that's not for you to do. You are not supposed to tell a person who they should be with or who they should be around. Everybody have the right to do whatever it is that you want to do, you know, with your life. Now, if you choose to, you know, go down a dark path, or you choose to be around low vibrational people, then that's your choice, you know, but you don't force no one else into that, you know. And that's what I looked at when I seen this card as being the very last card. It made me feel like, with this moon phase being the first card out and this being the last card out, it almost made me feel like the rituals, the protection rituals, and you know, my manifestations, even though I was manifesting, have been manifesting things into my life, it also put a light of protection around me, with you know, dealing with outside forces, you know, outside things that tries to come to disrupt you. Because when you asking for a particular thing and someone comes into your energy and try to disrupt your life and take you off course, you know, just because you put that that energy out into the universe to say, you know, what your manifestations is, not just what you're asking for is going out into the universe to be granted back to you, but it's also protected. So that means you're protected as well, you know. And I thought that was very interesting that I am able to pick that up. And I just wanted to share that with y'all because, you know, a lot of times we go through things we don't really know it, but it's very important to protect yourself, because when you do that, you be protected in so many different areas. Even when you are unconscious about what's going on, you're still protected. Okay. All right, so that's I'm going to actually cut this part of the video off. I'm going to do another video because I'm going to do a actual general New Year's pull, but I wanted to share that with y'all. Okay. All right, I hope that y'all continue to have a blessed day, continue to stay strong, and please keep yourself protected. Stay blessed.